Okay, now we'll create some awesome layout, right? So you would be getting, I'm going to create, right, something like this item, one item. Can you see this item, this this colored, right? I want to create something like this screen lock kind of, this we will create, right? We can create something like this. How to create that? Let us see. Let me create one, what you can say, module, and name of the module would be nested layout. Nested layout. Name of the module would be the nested layout. Next, and finish. First we would be creating, what you can say, this item over here, this item over here, right? First we would be creating this item over here, and below that we'll have one, what you can say, another layout. Image would be there, and below that button would be there, something like this. Okay, so screen lock, I want to create something like this, right? So for this you would be needing few images. This image you would be needing, right? And these three icons you would be needing, right? And this is also once again image that you would be needing. So before making that, how or what is the blueprint of your mobile or of your design, that would be like this. You need to consider that. See, this would be your linear layout, one linear layout. Into that, this much would be one icon, this much would be text, right? These would be your text, and here there would be something called as one another image. So here you need to have one image, then here you need to have some text, right? And little bit one text over here, and here you would be having, what you can say, these three dots, something like this, 1 2 and 3. So that is your, what you can say, your blueprint of the structure. This is how your linear layout will look like, right? Okay, now what I'm going to do is that close others here. Now instead of relative layout, or fine, we can have relative layout at the outer layout, and this layout would be the linear layout. Inside relative layout I would be having linear layout, match parent, and height I can decide, say 150 dp. Height I can decide, say 150 dp. Don't forget to open your this structure, right? Now over here, right, now over here what I can have is that image view, width, and make sure that this is nothing but orientation would be horizontal. Orientation would be horizontal. Width is going to be decided automatically, so I can say 0.2 dp, sorry, width would be 0 dp, right? Width would be the 0 dp, and weight would be the 0.2 dp, sorry, only 0.2, not dp, and height would be the match parent, something like this, right? So this is your image view, and where is that? This is the linear layout. Width is match parent, right? And weight I can say 1. Weight sum is, total weight sum is 1. Width is 0 dp, this, and height is match parent. Can you see? It is looking only this much. Then we would be having text view. Remember that text view would be 2. We need to have 2 text views. There is one text view, there is another text view. Means you would be needing one layout over here once again, right? So preferable layout in this case is linear layout, because you can have the vertical and one below one. See, this linear layout is over here, right? And width of this would be 0.3, sorry, 0.8, you can say 0.8. Sorry, width would be the 0 dp, and weight would be what? 0.8. Then height would be match parent, right? This much I would be needing. Height would be the match parent, and into this we would be having one text view, right? And to this text view, height would be width would be match parent, and height would be wrap content. We would be having one more text view, something like this. See, one more text view over here, right? But orientation of this would be vertical, something like this. So we would be having these two text views, something like this, right? For understanding, I would be assigning some images, IC underscore launcher over here, right? Then IC underscore launcher, not this. So inside mipmap folder, by looking at this line, you should understand what I am doing. So I am referring to the mipmap folder. Inside mipmap folder, there is something called as IC underscore launcher. Go to the resources, say this, some nested layouts, into the source, into the main, into the resource, into the mipmap folder. Can you see IC underscore PNG? Don't worry about that qualifiers. What are that? We'll see later on. Don't worry about that, right? How qualifiers work, we are going to see. Now, text I am going to assign, right? Text I am going to assign over here. And what is that text? See, screen lock, I can say screen lock, right? And below that there would be one more text view. See, text view, and I'm going to assign, what is that? Unlock with your fingerprint, right? Unlock with your fingerprint. Unlock with your fingerprint. And again that three dots icon would be there, right? We need to have one more image view. Can you see this thing? This much is the linear layout, right? Into that first is the image view, then second is the another layout, which is nothing but this, right? And after this we need to have one more image view over here, right? Width would be 0 dp in this case, and I'm going to assign weight would be 0.2 once again, right? And height would be match parent like this. And source I can assign again same IC underscore launcher mipmap. What happened? Where is the layout? Over here, 0.8, 0.2. Okay, here can you see this is a 0.2, this is a 0.8. Instead of 0.8 you can make 0.6. Means you got the concept. What is that actually, right? You're telling means you got the concepts. What is that? Now still it is not looking that light, it is looking ugly. Make it 100. Now much better to get that, right? So some text size, and remember that this should be at the center. So this is a match parent, and if you have gravity, right, content, shifting the content, no matter it is the text view or the linear layout, you can say center like this, right? Okay, now text size. See, text size, right? You can have text size, say 20 sp, right? And color, see, text color, you can say black hash 000 is a typical black, right? Is it black? Kind of black, right? And this is the faint gray one, this which is already there. You just need to increase, what you can say, text size. So 15 sp you can say, something like this, or more, 18, yes, 18 sp, something like this. Now it is a time to change the icons, these icons, right? So all these icons they have used, you will find or you will get in the material design, right? You will get into the material design. How? See, just go over here, say your nested layout, go to the nested layout, source, main, Java, resources. In the resources, right click on the drawable, look very carefully, right click on the drawable, then new, then vector asset. I am going to use the vector drawables, right? So vector drawables are nothing but that things which scale automatically, SVG. So format of the vector drawable is SVG, scalable vector graphics. I'll show you a few examples of the SVG. So in the downloads I have, can you see this thing? Map pin is there, right? If I zoom this, can you see? It is not tearing anywhere. It is that quality. Or see this shocked, this thing, right? See how small it is. If I zoom it, see, your quality is not getting disturbed anywhere. Quality remains as it is. So that is nothing but the SVG, scalable vector graphics, right? Okay, you can get this SVG as well. I'm going to show you that afterwards, how to get this SVG, or now only you would be getting to know that thing, how to grab the SVGs, right? See here, right click, new, and the vector asset over here, right click, new, and the vector asset. Can you see this thing? Please select it from the material design or from the local storage or local SVGs, right? If you select the material design and click on the icon, right, we need to have that touch icon, and where is that icon? If you get that, please tell me somewhere, that touch icon or that three. Yes, this I would be needing. Say okay, right, and say next and finish. So I got that icon over here. Now that three dots also we are needing, new. What you can say again, vector as you can use plain PNGs as well, don't worry on that, but using the SVG is the recommended way, because you don't need to worry about the scale, right? That would be automatically getting scaled. Now that three dots might be under the action only, so we get that three dots. I have seen somewhere alert, communication, no, content, in the content, no, device, no, editor. So where that can be, hardware, no, image, I think, no, maps, navigation, yes, this I would be needing these three things. Okay, and next, and say finish. So I got these images. So to the source, what I'm saying, to the source, now I would be referring to the drawable images. Drawable, what you can say, fingerprint, right? And at the last, what I can say is that, see, not this is a text view, to this image view, instead of this source, this I can say drawable, and you can reduce the name as well, these three dots, right? But still it is not looking that thing, right? We need to little bit smaller things are needed, right? And this is at the top, gravity of this would be the top, right? How to do that thing? If you can see this thing over here, there is a margin, right? There is a margin from all the four places, right? Now how to do that thing? See, I'll go over here and put the margin from all, say 10 dp, right? Or instead of margin you can have padding, say 10 dp, right, of the margin, more 13 dp, right? You would be needing 13 dp of the margin. And to this as well, if you see carefully, right, this as well, this is at the top right, and if I say gravity, layout gravity, and you can say top, no, it is not getting shifted, right? It will not getting shifted, right? So layout gravity will not work over here. Now what I can do is that it is inside what? It is inside linear layout. Okay, fine. So what we can do is that I'm just going to give some again padding, say 10 dp over here, 10 or 20 dp, something like this. gravity, if I make it at the top, no, it is not getting shifted. Okay, see, if you give, this is a bad, giving this thing is bad, you can say 25 dp, or you can say 50. No, for, see, by this much utility, whatever knowledge we have presently, by that we can achieve only this thing. But that is absolutely doable. I'm not saying that is not doable, right? I'm absolutely not saying that is not doable. That is doable. So how to do that thing? See, here I can have one relative layout, and width would be 0 dp. To this relative layout I can assign width as 0 dp and height as match parent, right? And into that relative layout I can wrap it like this, and weight I can say, what you can say, 0.2, that much is the weight, right? And this I can say wrap content, and height as well wrap content, something like this, right? Weight I don't need this weight, right? Padding top again I don't need now, right? And now what I can say is that align parent right true, something like this, right? So this much is the layout, and it is over here, right? It is over here, something like this. Now if you can give, still it is not that much good, right? Still it is not that much precise. Let me see. Yes, it is at the top only, right? Means we are at the correct one. We have achieved little bit. Now you can give little bit margin to this margin top, and you can say 20, or instead of 20 say 15 dp. See, something like this, right? 15 dp. So you have achieved this thing. Now coloring. Now I want to have some faint, what you can say, faint divider after this, right? So what we are going to do, some bracket is missing. Okay, now to this you can provide some id add plus id, and you can say layout linear, or layout touchscreen, or you can say finger touch, something like this. And I would be having one view, see, one view, and view would be match parent, right? Width would be match parent, and height I will say 1 dp only, 1 dp, and that should be below, that should be what, below what, at id and layout touch, that should be below this thing. Is it there somewhere? I think it is there. Now you can give some background color to this background and say hash a, little bit faint gray background is there, or if you want to more faint, go on decreasing that value. Okay, now coloring of this should be, what you can say, that greenish color, this greenish color, and this would be in a gray color, right? So it is a SVG. You can change directly by going inside SVG. I'll show you. See, open the SVG, open your SVG, nested layout, source, main, then your resources, drawable, and the fingerprint. This is that image, right? I need to color it by some color. Okay, now go to the material design color, material design color, and here you would be getting color palette, right? Here you would be, so you would be getting all the shades over here, right? And they have used this shade for that coloring. Just copy this and paste it over here, over here, copy this and paste it over here, little bit that color and grayish one. Now this, that icon color is this, I suppose, I don't know exactly, but that icon color is not black, I'm sure. So that color is this, you can put that color over here, right? Fill color, you can change it something like this. Now if you can see this thing, right, this will look like this. So is it looking like this? So bit darker, that color is bit darker, so you can get some dark version of that like this, right? You can have some dark version of that fingerprint like this, and it will look like this. Still more darker or same? That is the same, or more darker. So we need to have some more dark into that. So get it. So that's trial and error. Remember that. That's trial and error. Over here you can change it, right? So which will look like this. And the congratulations, you have created first custom layout. Is it looking like same? That icon should be more smaller, more padding should be there. That can be doable. But how I have arranged the layout, or how I have nested the layout, that is very important. That's very, very important. How we have nested the layouts. Okay, you can use this as a your border color, sorry, divider color, which is more faint, little bit faint, right? Can you see here inside linear layout, I dynamically or suddenly I thought that we can use over here as linear layout, sorry, relative layout, and into that relative layout you kept your image view. Likewise, you can build absolutely anything, remember that, right? Well, keep watching. We would be coming with some more tutorials with some more content.